In the heart of a small Nigerian village called Umuohia, beneath whispering mango trees and the watchful eyes of elders, lived a girl named Naomi. Her eyes, a gentle brown, held a calm strength that rarely flinched, even when life did its worst. Orphaned at age 7 after a mysterious illness swept both her parents away within weeks, Naomi was left at the mercy of relatives who passed her around like a burden no one wanted. Eventually, she found herself alone, fending for herself, working as a maid from one household to another. By 17, she was employed in the household of Chief Emeka Okafor, a wealthy, influential man known across the southeast for his sprawling mansion, oil contracts, and imported everything. The compound dazzled on the outside, glass walls, marble floors, and a garden tended by uniformed landscapers. But inside, it harbored secrets darker than tar. Naomi's days began before the sun and ended long after the stars had claimed the sky. She scrubbed floors, washed clothes, made meals, and babysat Chief's troublesome teenage daughter, Ada Ora, who referred to Naomi as the house rat. For her endless hours of labor, Naomi earned barely enough to buy a bar of soap and some sanitary pads. Her bed was a thin mat in the corridor beside the pantry. Yet, she never complained. She found strength in silence. Every night, she whispered prayers that seemed to disappear into the ceiling. She prayed for peace, for protection, for purpose. Then Amara arrived. Amara was Chief Okafor's latest girlfriend. Young, loud, and dripping in synthetic luxury. Her acrylic nails were long and sharp, and her voice had the shrillness of someone used to being obeyed. She came with designer bags, a smartphone always in hand, and a poisonous attitude towards anyone she considered beneath her. Naomi caught her attention, unfortunately. Maybe it was Naomi's humility. Maybe it was the quiet way Chief's eyes sometimes lingered when Naomi walked past. Whatever the reason, Amara hated her. It began with snide comments. "Is that what you call soup? Even pigs would spit that out." Then it turned to orders meant to humiliate. "Clean the toilet with your bare hands." Naomi obeyed without a word, hoping to keep the peace. But peace was never Amara's goal. One hot afternoon, Amara called Naomi into the lavish sitting room. Ada Ora was away in school. Chief was out on business. Naomi walked in, wiping her hands on her apron. Amara didn't wait. Her hand cracked across Naomi's cheek with the sound of a burst balloon. "You think you're better than me because you wear that fake halo on your head," she spat. "If I ever catch you smiling at Chief again, I'll ruin your life." Naomi's eyes watered, not just from pain but from shock. She'd never smiled at Chief. If anything, she'd avoided eye contact. She opened her mouth to speak, but nothing came out. She bowed slightly, picked up her broom from the corner, and walked out, whispering a prayer as she swept. But the prayer did not stop the storm. Exactly a week later, Amara's plan unfolded. Naomi was accused of stealing a pair of diamond earrings. Chief's late wife's jewelry, to be precise. The maid's quarters were turned upside down. The earrings, planted, no doubt, were conveniently found in Naomi's soap container. She tried to explain. She begged for someone to believe her. But Amara wailed louder, Ada Ora joined in, and Chief, concerned with appearances, ordered security to do the needful. Naomi was beaten. Not severely, but enough to bruise her ribs. She was thrown out through the back gate, her belongings stuffed in a black nylon bag. The whispers started the moment she hit the street. "So she be thief? Yeah. And she day do hola holy. No wonder she day quiet." With no family, no money, and no reputation, Naomi wandered to the riverside and sat under a mango tree. The same tree her mother had once used to teach her how to count. She wept until her throat ached. That night, with the sky as her roof and ants crawling over her legs, she whispered the same prayer. "God, if you can hear me, please, don't let this be the end." It wasn't. The next morning, she helped an old blind woman across the road. In return, The woman gave her 2 wraps of moi moi. From there, she found a buka, a roadside food stall, whose owner needed help washing plates. Naomi offered to work for food. Within days, she was sleeping behind the stall and earning small coins. Her dignity was still bruised, but her soul remained intact. Then one day, as she was rinsing plates in cold water, a sleek SUV pulled over. A man stepped out, young, sharply dressed, confident. He looked twice. Naomi. She turned slowly, wary. IKENNA. Years ago, when IKENNA was just a hungry apprentice living in the boys' quarters of Chief Okafor's neighbor, Naomi had shared her food with him. Yam porridge, mostly. And once, a kara she had fried in secret. Now, he was a successful software engineer returning from a conference. He had never forgotten her. When she told him what had happened, his jaw clenched. He offered her a seat in his car. "Come with me," he said. "I'm starting a training institute for disadvantaged youth. I want you to be part of it." Naomi hesitated. "I never even finished secondary school." "And yet, you taught me kindness," he said. "Come." She did. Within a year, Naomi learned digital skills, web design, content creation, marketing strategies. She practiced public speaking until her stammer disappeared. She told her story online. One video went viral. "From Maid to Mentor" was the headline. Brands reached out. NGOs offered partnerships. Her face appeared on posters. She started Rise from Ashes, a mentorship network for women who had been falsely accused or abused. It offered free training, legal aid, and a support system built on empathy. Then came the invitation to speak at a prestigious tech summit in Abuja. Naomi wore a simple Ankara gown. Her hair was braided neatly. She stepped onto the stage. The crowd clapped, but the man in the third row clapped louder. Chief Okafor. His once sharp suit looked faded. The news had said he was bankrupt after an EFCC investigation uncovered fraud. The government seized everything. And beside him, in a synthetic wig and faded blouse, was Amora. Naomi looked at them. No hate, just peace. After her keynote speech, Amora tried to approach. "Naomi, long time. You're looking so blessed." Naomi smiled gently. "I'm sorry you felt the need to lie to bring me down. I forgive you." Then she turned to the cameras. "To every girl who has been called a thief, a liar, a nobody, remember that even the dust they throw at you can become your foundation. I was once a maid with nothing but a prayer. Now I help others rise. Your pain has purpose. Don't give up." The audience cried. People stood. Influencers tweeted. Major networks covered the moment. Back in Umuohia, under the mango tree, villagers gathered around smartphones. Old women clutched their wrappers. Children clapped. Even the elders, once scornful, nodded in awe. And weeks later, Naomi returned home. This time, she wasn't the maid. She walked through the village in flat sandals and a tote bag, hugging kids, shaking hands. Women whispered her name like a hymn. A choir of gratitude. She stopped under the mango tree, the same place she once cried. She looked up at the orange-streaked sky and whispered, "Thank you, God, for turning my tears into rain that grew a harvest." Kindly support the channel by subscribing. Turn on the notification bell so you'd get notified when we drop another mind-blowing video. Also, do not forget to like and share to family and friends. See you in our next video.